Hi guys! In this video I will show you how to fold the keyring. Based on our video before, you should be now able to know how to shape the paper in a zigzag fold. So we start with the materials you need. So you need some paper. Either you use a 150, 200 gram thick paper like we used before. Or you can also experiment with a little bit more funky materials like this kind of glittery paper. I think it's a 190 gram paper. And yeah, it works perfect because I'm gonna grease and fold and draw everything on the back. And front later will be like kind of a shiny, shimmery texture. Then you also need your rulers, set square, again, a pen to draw the pattern, folding bone, of course, also your scissors. You need a double-sided tape. You need some lines for key rings. You need some key rings, and last but not least, a needle and a nylon thread. So I turn my paper because I want to draw the pattern on the inside. I take my pen, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're gonna grease all the vertical lines again. So you skip the horizontal ones, but what you fold is here. In the middle, you just draw the diagonal lines. And now I cut off the zigzag. 1, 2. Now we're gonna start to grease the green lines from left to right. I start with the vertical ones. 1, 2. Make sure you give it a good squeeze, you have enough pressure. And then we do the diagonal ones. Make sure you can feel like a little scar. You can feel with your finger the kind of crease. You take your folding bone and you start with the horizontal ones. And you bend the first fold like this. And the first fold is done. Just turn it around, bend it, use your folding bone, give it a good push. Second one. Okay, now you have your little harmonica. Put it back flat and start to do the diagonal ones. So now you're going to start bending the paper at those lines. Start with the first. You squeeze it on the diagonal line, and then the other side, you just move the paper. You want to have this kind of fold. Once you have it, you can close it like this. First fold is done. Then you go to the next. Bend it, and fold it. Okay, the actual folding part is done. That was kind of the most tricky job. I hope you succeeded. Now the more crafty part comes where you just have to like put it together in order to become like a three-dimensional object. So you want to put one fold on the other, just like this side. You connect this piece with that piece. So I take my double-sided tape, I cut it here, I take it off and put this on top of this. Make sure that the folded line is exactly on the same spot, otherwise it won't bend. So now I put it together. Okay, now you have your kind of round folded object, and for the keyring you actually want to put it together, tighten it, so it's gonna have this kind of diamond shape. We start with the bottom. You can just choose any side which should be the bottom. Measure like 0.5 centimeter, 5 millimeter. Mark this spot from the top and do it everywhere, so you're gonna have your like seam, your stitch all on the same level. You use your needle and your thin nylon thread. So there we go. Yeah, kind of connect all those ends. So I hope you can see it, but I'm just squeezing one fold together with my fingers and go through the whole fold. Again, I squeeze it. We're gonna cut the rest of the nylon thread off. We're gonna tie it together like this, and we make a good knot. So once this is done, you take those leftover threads through the fold and put it in the middle. Then you just guess where is the whole middle of your object. It is about like 3 centimeters. So you're just gonna make a little knot. This is kind of your mark. So you mark this kind of center. You take your piece of line. You could just take like a leather one. You can just take a really thick one, a cotton one. I use, in this case, as I have this kind of shiny material, this kind of glittery string. I cut off a piece which is about 15 centimeters, maybe even more. I knot it together at the end, make a big knot. I take this and attach it, knot it together with the center, and make sure it's a really good knot. Then I cut off the strings I don't need. So at the end, what you want to create is like a little hook. So once you close it, you should see your thread, so you can just use it as a hook for the keyring. If this worked out, you just take the needle and close the upper part again. Okay, so now we created a folded diamond. You're actually there. The only thing we need now is our keyring. And ta-ta! You can also use different colored papers, try out different things, so you can just create something unique which you like to keep. You could also just use it for different purposes. On Christmas, I kind of use this for Christmas decoration, for the Christmas tree. You can also just use it for your window, or like for different purposes.